Hi there, it's Mr. Mac. In this video, we're going to remind you of how to graph on a calculator and find the mean and standard deviation, because that's what we need to be able to do in 8.3. So right here, I have a list of data, and a lot of the problems you're going to see for these confidence intervals, you'll have a list of data just like this, and you're going to need to find the mean, standard deviation, and graph because CLT will not apply. So let me show you this real quick. The first thing we need to do is plug this into our calculator, into a list. And so to do that, on the right under the delete button is the stat button. Go ahead and push that and go into edit. Now this edits all your lists. I have stuff already in list 1, so I'm going to push up and clear and enter. And that clears out my list. So if you have stuff in there, make sure you go up and highlight L1, hit clear and enter. And that way you can start fresh here. Okay, so let's put in these numbers. See, I've got 5, 7, 8, 8, 4, 9, 11, 2, 6, 1, 8, 8, 8, 7, 4, 4, 9. So it looks like I have 17 pieces of data, and the first thing I want to do is calculate the mean and standard deviation. To do that, again, we hit stat, just like we're going into the list, but this time we're going to go over to calculate, and you want to hit first variable stats. Now it's going to ask you for what list you want to find the first variable stats for. You want list 1, because that's where I put all my stuff in. Frequency list, we could just leave that alone. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to change that. Let me try that again. Calculate, first variable stats. Make sure that's clear, and we should get a list, and we could scroll down and it gives us all the 5-number summary and a bunch of stuff about that list, about that data. The first thing on the list is X bar, and that's what we're going to use for the statistic or the point estimator in our confidence interval. And the other thing we're going to use is S sub X 2.639. That's the standard deviation of this sample. Okay. They also give us a sigma X. Please ignore that. Because that would be if this was the actual population. So let's ignore that and let's look at the S sub X and X bar. Those are the two we want. Okay, now this is not enough data. It's only 17 points of data. It's not enough to use the CLT. So if we're doing the plan part, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to graph this to make sure that it doesn't have any outliers or any strong skewness so that we can proceed and it's safe to proceed. So right here we're going to go into stat plot. Now it's blue, which means I need to actually get to that, I need to hit second first. That sounds funny, second first. But I need to hit second and then that button, and that goes into my stat plot menu. Right now I have it on. If it's, go ahead and hit list 1. I have it on. If it was off, you need to turn it on. And for these, I want you to make sure you can do all kinds of graphs, and all of them are acceptable pretty much on the AP exam. All the one data ones are acceptable, but I think the easiest to see is a box plot. I think it's what we know a little bit more of. We can see strong skewness and we can see outliers because it separates them a little easier. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure it says list 1 because that's what I want to plot. And if we go to graph, it may or may not show up on our graph because of our window. And see, mine didn't even show up because my window is kind of strange. So what I want you to do is hit zoom, and it will automatically fix it if we go down to zoom stat. On mine it's number 9. It might be different on yours if you have a different update. But I'm going to hit zoom stat. Oh, I had an equation in there. I apologize. Let me get that out. Let me clear this. Sorry. If you need to go into y equals and clear, please do. Let's go back to our graph. Okay, and so now we've got our box plot. Now, if I want the 5-number summary, because you're going to have to make a sketch of this on your paper to show that you did graph it, it's not enough just to say, I graphed this and it showed no skewness. Or no, you have to show it on the AP exam and on your test. So to get this very quickly, the points we actually care about, the 5-number summary, hit trace, which is right here, and you'll see that little spider. It starts at the minimum. So here the minimum is 1. Then it moves to the Q1, median, Q3, and finally the maximum. So it'll give you those 5-number summaries so you can plot it very, very quickly. Now, if I was doing a problem like this, I would say it's a little bit skewed to the left. However, I don't think it's so skewed that I don't think it's strong enough to stop, and there's no outliers. So I'd probably keep going with the T procedure. It's probably still safe to do. Okay, but we'll do more examples, and you can see how this works as in the problems. Come back to this if you need to, and I'll see you next time.